Hi, I'm Bev Roberts, and today I want to introduce you to somebody who's been working with me on a VIP program. Marliese Brame from Balance Your Perspective is got the most beautiful soul and heart and really making a big impact on the world. And so I wanted to let her share her journey with you so that you can feel and sense into if it's an opportunity for you to work with me or to work with Marliese. So what we're going to do is I'd like to introduce Marliese. Welcome, Marliese.
Thank you, Bev. How are you?
Yes, I'm pretty good. It's so good to be with you again.
Yeah, likewise.
And what I'd love you to share is talk more about who you are and what your business is and what it stands for.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Well, yeah, so my business is called Balance Your Perspective, and I pretty much do that. I balance people's perspective around negative thinking. So, a lot of my clients have issues with procrastination. They become stuck in their businesses, in their life. And those feelings of emotion that come up when you become stuck seem to be cyclical, or they seem to have come up over and over and over again. And, you find yourself stuck in the same situation. Well, it might be a different situation, but with that same feeling of emotion. So what I do is I go into the cyclical stories that have been playing out in their life. I find out where they've come from, why they're showing up, and then I go in and I balance out that story. And when that happens, when that occurs, the emotion is taken out of it, really. So the client becomes clear and more heart-centered and empowered in order to go to the next step in their journey from like a more heart-centered way, I guess you could say. I came across the process about 10 years ago myself. So I was stuck in a job that I really hated. Well, I didn't hate it, but it was monotonous. It was one of those sort of rat race kind of things, and I'd been in it for about 15 years. And I just didn't think any bigger than that. So I had an underlying story of I'm not good enough, which, I come across it a lot. And when you do have that I'm not good enough story, it can show up in all areas of your life. It showed up in my relationship, it showed up with my money, my finances, and it showed up in my job. So I was lucky enough to come across someone that did the process on me that I do on people. And it got me to a point where I truly believed, it opened my heart, and I truly believed that I had everything inside of me to do whatever I wanted. And I started dreaming again, I guess. I started, thinking bigger than I was thinking. And I started feeling like, oh, wow, these dreams might actually be possible to come true. So, and since then, I started my business. I become certified in the process that I do. I use other tools to help people get to this place of self-love as well. But that's pretty much what it's all about. And my relationship improved with my partner, with myself, like just a whole ongoing lots of things after I did this. So that's what I do.
Yeah, and I agree. We write these stories and we hold them in our subconscious, and then it's just so limiting in so many ways. And sometimes we don't have awareness. But I love how your work goes gently through that without having to relive old baggage.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's true. I mean, the stories that we do run have often come from something way back. And although you have to go in there and actually look at that, you've only got to look at it once. Once you balance that, you never have to hold on to that baggage again. It's gone. It dissipates. The emotion around that dissipates, and it just sort of unfolds in every area of your life. So.
That's so wonderful. I love hearing you talk about your work. And Marliese, if you think of where you were before we started working together, what was it that made you decide this is time for action? I need to get the support to move forward.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess when I first started doing my business, so I started my business after I'd done all the training and everything. I started my business about 3 years ago, really. 3 to 4 years ago. And a lot of my clients were offline. So, and it was mostly word of mouth. You know, I'd do an equilibration is the process that I do. That's what it's called. I would do an equilibration on somebody and they would tell someone else and tell someone else and tell someone else. And that's how I would get my clients. So when COVID hit, obviously that wasn't, you know, everybody knows that what we couldn't do business that way. So I had to come up with some new ways of doing it. I wanted to go online as well anyway, because the process can be done online just as well as it can be done face to face. So it was a matter of, yeah, building a website, doing all those things to get your business online. And I'd never done anything like that before. You know, I've got a background of retail management and not a lot of computer IT skills whatsoever. So yeah, so I was in over my head, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just figured little by little I was building, but it got to a point where I thought, it was like I thought, I'm getting there slowly. I want to get there a bit faster. And yeah, I guess I'd heard a lot of people talk about you online through the Heart Centre group, recommending your services, and I'd seen your posts out there before. And I just thought, I think Bev can actually, you know, fast track my business here a little bit. And yeah, so that's what I signed up for.
Yeah, awesome. And if you think of, you know, before you signed up to the VIP program,
yeah,
did you have any hesitations or concerns, you know, about the journey we were going to go on?
Okay, well, so before I did the VIP, I did the opt-in. So we made an opt-in together, and that was just quite mind-blowing. The amount of work we got done in the time frame that we had together was crazy. So I felt like I got real value for money doing that. And I felt like I really had something that was mine after working with you on that. But then I guess after it, I felt like I needed a little bit more help just tweaking it and with some other kind of things. So was there hesitations to answer that question? I guess my only hesitation was, okay, no, I didn't really. I suppose initially I thought a little bit about the money. Is my business big enough to be investing that sort of money into it? And then I just quite quickly sort of flipped it around and thought, no, I deserve this. I am investing in this. So yeah. Like that.
And I'm so glad you did. It was just wonderful working with you. And so if you think of our time together, how did you feel as we worked along through because we came up with a plan at the beginning of some of the things that you wanted to achieve and accomplish. So how did you feel through that process?
Yeah, I felt like we worked really well together. I mean, I felt like the tech was still getting me when we were working together, and I could see there was times where you were like, Marliese, just press that button, just press that. Like, which one? But we got there eventually, and yeah, it was just an ongoing thing where we got loads of work done each week. So yeah.
And one of the things that I loved about Marliese is she said when she needed to slow down, because I work in a pace of the client rather than saying, yeah, we're going to work every week, because some people want to just go. But she knew when it was time to pull back so that she had time to integrate the understanding that she'd already built and do more of the behind the scenes work, you know. So she would often leave with home play, not homework, home play, to go and get something ready for the next time that we work together. So we could just do a review of content rather than necessarily always building the content together. So that's really helpful for anyone who thinks, well, do I have to work in an accelerated way? No, you don't. We work at your pace. And if we think of it, what were some of the business challenges you had before, and how did working together resolve those?
So before I worked with you, I guess just not knowing what I didn't know, as far as technology came and as far as automating things and what I needed. Like, I guess, you know, for example, I knew I needed a bit of an autoresponder, or I needed an email, like a marketing list to go out. And I did spend a bit of time Googling all the different ones that you could get. And that takes a lot of time. And I still didn't know what was the right one to use or the best one to use. I'm sure most of them are probably fine. But then I guess just working with you, you would just be like, okay, it's MailerLite and this is how you use it. So it just took out even though the decision was still my decision, it took out the stress of not knowing anything about it or having to really research hard about what particular platform to use and things like that. So.
And it's because one of the principles I firmly believe in when you are starting out online is to limit the tools, but choose tools that are fit for purpose, and to keep the costs down, because you're still proving that your business online is viable. So you had done this in person, and now you've got this online space where you can obviously in an online space reach many, many more people, but then you need things to flow seamlessly so that your clients have a great experience. So, you know, we worked on things like a booking system that has automated reminders. We had obviously your, you know, people downloading your opt-in. And let me tell you, Marliese has an open rate of, on average, over 50%. So she's nailing it, absolutely nailing it. So if you're interested in that, I will have the link below this video so that you can go and see what Marliese is offering. And Marliese, now that you've completed the VIP program, you know, where are you at now? How are you feeling about your online business?
I definitely feel more like I've got more direction. I know where I'm going. I know what I have to do. I know there's going to be way more I have to do, don't get me wrong, but just the basics. I feel like I've got the groundwork, the foundations, not completely nailed, but a lot stronger than they were before we started, you know. So
awesome. Yeah. That's so good to hear.
Tweaking.
So good to hear. And what's one piece of guidance you would give to someone who wants to achieve what you have?
I would say, if you're worried about the tech, that there is always someone out there that can help you with it.
Yeah, find the right level of support for you, because like Marliese referenced is, you know, yes, you can do it yourself, but often that takes hours of research on YouTube tutorials because they're generic. Whereas when you work with somebody like myself, we understand your business, understand how you work, and then we focus on the things that will bring you income generating things. That's the things we focus on, because we don't need to build a website. You do not need a website if you're a coach or a practitioner. You start off proving your concept and get your people booking and paying you. And then you can go and say, my messaging is right, let's go and build a website. So Marliese, I wish you every success. I love working with you, and hopefully our paths will cross again at some time as you go to more from one-to-one to group options. So thanks so much for choosing me to come on the journey with you.
Thank you, Bev, and thank you for everything. Really, it's been wonderful, and you've been so patient, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.
So everyone, bye for now, and I look forward to knowing if this is something that would work for you. Let me know. You can direct message me or you can email me at bev@bevroberts.com. Bye for now.